One of the things I've learned by putting the pigs in this pen right here is that they will selectively, eat the grass and low-lying weeds and vegetation and leave the things they don't like, which is fine, obvious. But it means that I'm going to come out later and try to cut all these individual bushes and vines and things down when I move them out of the pen. Hey guys. Mostly they're leaving the blackberries, which is kind of cool. I love blackberries, but even the little bit of blackberries that are left are going to take away from the grass. It's taking space by the plant itself, and the shade is shading where the grass could grow. So I'm going to go in and try to take out all this stuff. You can see here, they don't eat the stuff that's tall. And there's something out there, I don't know what those are. They're not eating it at all. It's green, so I would have assumed they would be eating it. But it is growing up a little bit and not being eaten by the pigs. What are you doing, pigs? You know you're supposed to eat everything in here. I also have to think about when I move the pigs. I think I'm going to put more straw here and maybe see that pile of rocks right there. Maybe put some rocks around here because they're trying to make a little wallow here, and I don't want one right here. It's right out in the middle of the sun, and it's by their water supply. I mean their water pans, and they're always dumping them out to try to make a little wallow there. Not having that, buddy. Again, this pen here that the boars were in initially, before I moved them over to the other one, it is growing up real nice and lush and green in here. So probably next weekend I'll move them over so they can start munching over here and let that other place grow up, and then I'll cut down all the individual blackberries and bushes that have stayed over there and that they don't eat. A man receives a phone call telling him that his best friend is dead. The police tell him to come down to the crime scene. When he arrives there, 10 minutes later, they immediately arrest him. How did they know he was the one that committed the crime? The answer, very soon. I have a couple of hens that I put in here with the bucks. They're over here because they were in with the doe and the kids, and they would try to eat dog food and the goat food, and they were just pooping all over everything. It's not that horrible, but I just wanted to keep the place clean for the kids for a minute. So I put them in here with the bucks, and I noticed, I'm like, what in the world? All of this mess here coming out of the stall here, just all kind of straw all over the place. I'm like, what in the world? But I finally realized that the chickens were doing it. They are great. If you have an area that you need to, spread out manure or compost or weeds that you've cut down or whatever, you stick a couple chickens in there and they will do an excellent job of spreading that out for you. Just to let you know that. So I have never enjoyed house sparrows. I love birds, and I love attracting them and befriending them in any way I can. But house sparrows are not one of those species. To me, they're very messy, they're very loud, they are mean to other birds. I have seen them push out babies and eggs out of other birds' nests because they're trying to maintain their territory and they don't want any other birds around. And they do it to birds that I love, and I just don't like them. I came in here the other day and there was just a whole bunch of stuff hanging down here, and I'm like, what in the world? And it was even down on the ground. You can see just a little bit there. I cleaned a lot of this up, but sparrows make, I don't know how to describe it, big old non-organized nests, just a big mass of grass and straw and string, and then they make a hole that sort of burrows into the center of that mass, and that's where they lay their eggs. And they're just messy birds. Hey, look at that, got up on the chair all by himself. Anyway, I cleaned up what I could from that area. It wasn't a fully formed nest yet, but they were going for it. I don't like them. Talking about sparrows, killing birds that I like, there is a barn swallow nest being built right in these rafters, right in the corner. It just started, it's a bunch of mud. They make their nests out of mud. But several years I've seen the sparrows push out the eggs and babies from that nest. I've seen them do it. And it's super frustrating. I love barn swallows. They are elegant, quiet, beautiful birds. So that's why, another reason why I don't like sparrows. Oh, well, let me put a condition on that. There are certain sparrows that I love. There are song sparrows and various other sparrows that are indigenous around here. They're very pretty, very dainty, very little nests, and they have beautiful songs. So I'll qualify by saying I don't like house sparrows. Other sparrows are fine. Danky thinks one day he is going to get one of these chicks. I mean, he'll just wait there all day trying to get them. Oh, stubborn cat. Stubborn cat. Hope that never happens. He got himself stuck. What's wrong there, buddy? What are you gonna do? You know how to back out of that? Come on. Oh man, maybe I should go over there and help him. I don't know. What do you think? Alright, I'll come see what I can do. Hey buddy. I'm gonna lift this chair up, okay? Oh, look, he fainted flat out. Oh my goodness. Oh, look, he fainted flat out. Oh my goodness. Come on. You're all right. My goodness, that was a good faint, wasn't it? Good job. Yep. So I've mentioned this before. Wow, I'm blind. But as you can see by this pen here, this is where Carpenter is. Goats aren't really grazers. They like to browse. Hey, buddy. Hey. What you doing, huh? Oh. So the grass will grow up pretty tall sometimes in a goat pen. They like the weeds, the bushes, the leaves on trees and stuff. So Carpenter, where is he? Right here. He has been in his isolation area for a week, a little over a week. And you're supposed to keep them isolated for 7 to 10 days, just to be sure they're healthy and they don't have any obvious or known diseases are going to be given to your indigenous stock. Hey. So I'm thinking it's time to let him out to meet his stable mates. So I'm gonna let you see what that's like. I want you to see something that I did. This creek feeder area, Meadow got into it. We didn't know how at first because it's so low that she would have to but slide in sideways even through a real little hole. And it turns out that that's exactly what she did. So I put cinder blocks in the areas that she was doing that in, and then she went to this on the end where the kids were getting through, which I wanted them to, and she found out a way to get through that. So I put a cinder block a little bit inside that because adult goats, or goats in general, but adult goats specifically, don't like to get into an area and then turn their body real sharp. They can't contort very well when they're going through like a maze or a couple of turns at the same time. So that prevents her from getting into this area where the creep feed is, but the kids still can. I watched them both do it, but Meadow now cannot. Boy, she was stubborn. Hey, I'm coming. So we're gonna let Carpenter out now, and I'm gonna let Rennie do that because it is her 4-H goat, and we'll see what he does. The kids don't even know he's out yet. Now JoJo does. And she's like, well, who are you? Oh, they're both going over to him. Oh, they're looking for teats.
Why?
I don't know. Hey, no head button.
Like
no head button now.
Why are they all sniffing his little butt?
He is a softie though, isn't he, Rennie? What do you think there, buddy?
Stop sniffing his butt! Stop it! Stop sniffing each other's butt. Stop it! He's about to lick his butt. Meadow's licking her kid's butt while he was sniffing Carpenter's butt. Jojo doesn't care. She loves me.
Well, I don't see any fighting going on. Oh, there was a little one. Uh-oh. What was that?
Oh, Meadow's going where Carpenter is.
Well, there's a little food over there. I knew she'd sniff that out. Okay, well, nothing major so far, so I guess that's good news, huh?
Oh, hey, Carpenter.
What's up, boy?
What are you doing, Jojo? What are you doing? Jojo! He's putting his butt.
That's a real head butt. All right, well, I didn't see any major fights, so I was wondering how it would go.
Harper, stop.
What? JoJo, what are you doing? I think her hair's even standing up a little bit on her back. Well, they seem to be all eating without conflict here. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. But they're eating side by side here. Man, and the kids are going at it. Jeez, I don't know how the mom takes that, man. They just beat her up. But I am told that that is what helps release the milk. So, nature knows what it's doing. Wow. He's just making the rounds. Wow, that was a hard one. Meadow. All right. So Rennie was walking around in Carpenter's pen and she saw a clump of hair on the ground, but it had something that looked like rubber attached to it. And she goes, "Dad, what's this?" So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you tell me what you think this is. I'll give you a couple guesses. It is the reason that we call Carpenter a wether. So there you go. Maybe I can zoom in on it here on the shelf here. Yep, that's it. As you probably know, pigs don't sweat, so they need a way to stay cool, and they make themselves wallows, a place that collects water where they can just lay in the water and mud all day long. And that's cool, they need that, and so I've tried to help facilitate that by from that downspout at the corner of the barn along this fence line all the way down to here. I've made a drain so that this wallow here is artificially filled every rain, and it does really well. It is, you can use any kind of drainage. You can even use this round stuff like right there hanging. I don't know if you can see right there, and just have it go to a spot so that it will fill up with water. What I have is more flat. I don't know what it's called, but it looks like this stuff right here. It's flat like that, so you can walk on it and it won't hurt it. It fits onto my drain with this end. But that's what I have. Oh, you can see it right there, coming down and then going along here, and it just goes all along the fence line. So that's what I made for the sows. The boars have made their own wallow in their new spot. They're making one under a tree. It takes time to develop, but their old pen, which I'm going to move them back into very shortly because the grass is growing nice and big and green in there. But from this downspout across here and over to, you can see where it comes out right there, made a wallow for them right there. So there are little things you can do utilizing Mother Nature. Hey, what's up, big boy? Yeah. I don't know why they call that a bleat. It's more like a scream. What are you screaming for? Huh? All right. Okay, the goat's creep feeder right here. I need to take out the warming station here because it is warm at night and they have plenty of fur. They're acclimated totally, so I'm going to take that out so they have more room to be alone inside that little station. So I'm going to take it out right now. The answer is the police never told him where the crime scene was. Did you get it?
Hey, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to continue being a part of all the adventures and stories that happen on Rubber Soul Farm. I hope we can spend more time together on the farm, but until then, enjoy your animals and take care of yourselves.